It's so cool. I'll show you my Valentine's gift. They're so cool. All right. So these are something that I had my little eye on, and Dave got these for me. So they are part of the Rae Dunn collection for this spring. I think they're supposed to be part of the March collection. Anyways, I love them. So there's a little baby canister. Aren't they so fun with these little rainbow tops? So they had 3 with the cups. And then I got so lucky because I went to TJ Maxx yesterday and I scored this sucker, which I thought was perfect for them. So I actually haven't even put up my Valentine's decorations. They're sitting in a tote in my kitchen and they've been there for like, I don't know, 4 weeks or something. So I can't decide if I should just get them out for the rest of February or if I should just put the tote away and totally go full-blown Easter. Because heaven knows that I have about 1,000 million trillion Rubbermaids of Easter stuff. So I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Okay, I know it is Friday and I'm going to give away a pair of socks. However, comma dash. When I went to go live and I was trying to draw the winner, I couldn't get it to work right. And so I can't announce who won the socks yet, but I will make a post and I will announce the winner of the socks. And then I will attempt to message you on a messenger. So if you've been sharing, watch for that and we will give some socks away and I will show you what the new socks are that I will be giving away next week. How do you win socks? You simply share any of my videos. Go ahead and comment with the word shared because it helps me to see that you did. So I go live every morning at 7:15 Mountain Standard Time on the week and weekdays. Good morning. Hello, Lisa and Michelle. On weekends, I go live randomly when I feel like it. And then I also do what's called Monday Soul Deliciousness. So that is at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This Monday, we're going to be talking about loving yourself a little more because we all need to love ourselves a little more, right? So you can join and hop on for that. And then always at 7:15 Mountain Standard Time in the mornings, I give you a little boost of your day for your energy. And I'm pretty excited. Good morning, Pixie, because I know you guys probably saw that I decided to add another component, another addition to my energy healing practice. And so I invested in this really cool device called a Healy. And I'm going to hop over to my Blocked Emotions page later and post some of the results that I've had just from having it in the past day. But I actually was working on a fantastic, horrifying sinus headache that is very much related to my cycle. I know it's hormone related. I probably haven't worked on myself as much as I should because it's one of those things, right? When it's you, it's hard to work on yourself. It's no different than like, you know, you're married to someone or you're a beautician, right? Who gets their hair done the last? You do. So I haven't worked on myself as much as I should, but I decided to run the Healy on myself last night and this morning. And my sinus pressure felt like a total nail going through my head and it's completely gone. And usually I have to deal with it until my cycle's completely done. So I'm super excited. I used it on a person yesterday that was incredibly skeptical and I have the funniest reaction from them. So I'll be sharing that on my Blocked Emotions page, but it's pretty cool. All right, so let me tell you about something today that I keep seeing going on. And so I thought this is a really good topic to address. Stop trying to do crap the way that everybody else is doing it. I'm serious. Like I'm being 100% serious with you. This is resonating with one of you really strongly. Stop trying to do it the right way because honestly, what the hell does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's some make-believe stupid thing that culture, society, your mom, your grandma got passed down that this is the way that things are supposed to be done. So I'm going to give you an example. I was working with someone on their business and they were like, well, if I do it this way, then I don't like it. They were just basically talking about how if they did their practice or did their business the way everyone else was doing it, they didn't have, That was weird. My phone just made a little bubble noise. That it was not allowing them to have as much interaction with people as they wanted to. And so I was like, okay, because for me, I'm like, well, that's kind of dumb. Then why are you doing it like that? And they were like, well, what? And I said, well, then why are you doing your business that way? Well, that's the way that everybody's doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's why, don't do it like that then. I have people contact me all the time on my personal Facebook page, and they're business coaches, right? So they'll contact me and be like, hey, where are you at with your business? And I'm like, it's super great. And they're like, oh, so you don't want any additional clients? And I'm like, nope, I actually don't. And they're like, huh, right? Because it's confusing to them. And then they'll say, well, what do you do? And I'll tell them, well, I have a background in the military right now. I work for a corporate company. This one, that's the wrong way. It's backwards. I work for a corporate company. I absolutely love my job. And then I have an energy healing practice as well, where I'm a certified practitioner. And they're like, well, and I always know the next one that's coming. Well, don't you want to be able to get rid of corporate America and do this for yourself full time? And my response is always like, I try to be kind, right? Because I am very snappy and snarky sometimes. And I'm like, no, actually, I don't, or that's what I would be doing, right? That's just how clear cut I am. If I wanted to quit my corporate job, I would have quit my corporate job. I don't want to quit my corporate job, so I did it. And they're like, well, yeah, but if energy healing is your passion, then why do you not want to do that? And I said, it's called balance. It's called balance for me. I love to have what my corporate position gives me. I love the people I work with. I love what I do. I love the balance that my energy healing business gives to my corporate position, to my family. It all is beautifully balanced. To someone else, they may not understand it, but guess what? I don't care, right? Because this is for me. This is filling my cup. I don't care if it doesn't look like it fills your cup. It's not for you. And so when I talk to other people, like, that's it. Do what feels right for you. I am absolutely amazed when I'm working with someone and they say something like, hey, I'm thinking about changing my position. I'm thinking about working somewhere else. And I'm like, okay. And then I say, well, do you want to do that? And sometimes they have a clear-cut answer and they're like, yes. Right? But they're like, but I want you to clear out any imbalances or muscle tests and tell me if it's right. And I said, do you want to do this? Well, yeah. Then do it. Why are you questioning yourself? Like, have some confidence that use your intuition. Dave and I were having a conversation last night about making decisions. And I told him that I would say that if somebody had to say to me, Amy, tell me what your number one thing is that you find when you did your awakening of your higher self is one of the best things that happened to you. And I told Dave that it was making decisions. And I think he was a little confused. And I said, it's making decisions. It's the fact that I don't have to think about it when I make a decision. And so I was telling him that when you're that awakened and you're that balanced, when a situation comes along, it's an instant. Like, you don't have that dramatic anxiety of, is this right? Isn't this right? So, I mean, for example, even with my Healy, right? That's the thing that I told you about that I added to my business. And if you're like, what the heck is this Healy? So it's this really cool little tiny device. And basically it attaches to an app on my phone and it allows me to scan my clients. And then it pops up with my clients' 5 top imbalances. Kids, this can range from anything, just like the body code, pathogens, toxins, your hormones. I let it do mine this morning, and I told you that I had that sinus thing, and mine was directly imbalanced. This is like, I got a little pissed for a second. My top imbalance was menopause. I haven't hit menopause, but obviously I'm dealing with some issues. One of my top ones was menopause, and another one was hormonal. So I ran this on myself for 30 minutes this morning while I was getting ready, and it completely cleared out my sinus issue, which I know is absolutely hormonal. So before I invested in this puppy, I was like, is this right for my business? Immediately, I knew this was right for my business. There was no question. And I feel like Dave knows that I instinctively know things. And so it's very easy for us to make decisions like, should we buy this property? Should we invest in this? Should we do this? Should we make this decision? Is this the right thing to do with our family? It's very simple for me because I've gotten to myself on that higher level. And that's what a healing journey is all about. But part of this is what I'm resonating with you today. Clear out and freaking throw away in the trash the words, you can't do that way. You can't do that way. When my first spouse passed away, he lost his life to suicide, and I was completely beside myself. You do not have the ability to, hello. You do not have the ability to really take some time to think about how you want to plan a funeral or what you want to have happen. So I remember having an idea of what I wanted to have happen at this funeral. And basically, because of the really big cultural religious following that is in the location that I'm in, there's a very structured way that you do a funeral. It involves, it's very church-like. There's a lot of praying, there's a lot of singing, there's a lot of talking. And honestly, it really is almost like a church session, only there's, the talks are based around a person. And so when I sat down and was looking at this, and bless my mother's heart, she knows that I'm just like, do what I want. But she was like, oh, this is what you're going to do. And you're going to have a person read the, whatever it's called, whatever that thing is, the analogy, whatever, it's printed in the obituary. And I was like, why do we want to have someone stand up and read that? And she said, because that's what you do. And I'm like, that is so stupid. I'm like, I do not want to have someone just stand up and read the stupid obituary from the paper. I'm like, if anybody wants to read it, they can go online and read it. Like, let's actually have some in-depth. And so I started getting irritated, right? And then I just decided, screw everyone. I'm just going to talk myself because I'm the one that knows the most about him. And I'm going to talk about this. And so I actually took people that were in his life and I shared little stories about each person that he was close to. And I was like, this is way more meaningful than this stupid way that this is supposed to happen. And really, actually, I wish I would have put my foot down even more, right? Because somebody was like, oh, you have to let this other person talk because he was close to the family growing up. So guess what happened when I did that? I let my guard down. Yay, I'm excited for your session. I let my guard down and I let this person talk. So guess what he did? This was so humiliating. I wanted to literally just stand up and like shut the whole funeral down. I don't know if you can do that, but I should have. If it was today now, this never would have happened. But in my broken state of chaos, this guy stands up. He has my kids come up to the front of the room. They're 10 and 13 at the time. And he says to them, now that your dad has passed away, you guys are going to be the ones responsible and you're going to need to take care of your mom and make sure that your house is taken care of and you're going to have to step up and take that role of your dad. I literally sat in the church on the church bench and about died. I was like, who tells children that they are now responsible to take care of their mother? And I was like, oh my gosh. Then this is the worst part about it. Okay, so I have my oldest son's name is Stetson. My middle son's name is Chayton. So it's like Peyton with a CH. I don't even remember what he called him, but it was not Chayton. So he called my kid in front of every single person in my husband's funeral session, whatever. He called him by the wrong name like 3 times. And I was like, this is just absolutely humiliating to me. That we have a guy standing up here talking at my husband's funeral that does not even know the name of my kid. And do you know why that happened? Right? Because someone was like, this is what you have to do. So shove it. Really, honestly, stop doing what everyone tells you that you have to do. If I had to do it all over again, it would have been nothing like that. And so now, you know what? I don't listen to people. I do things the way that I want to do them. So there's no regrets. And that's just how that's how it goes down. So I know this morning, this was a little bit of like a punch people in the face, stop doing it the way that it's supposed to be done like that. That's how it's supposed to be done. I don't care if it's with your kids. I don't care if it's with their homework. I don't care if it's with your job, with your relationship, with your spouse. If you need to sleep in separate rooms, if you need to, whatever, It's nobody else's business but your own what you're doing. So stop getting wrapped around, well, this is how it has to be, or something is wrong with me. No, something is wrong with everyone else that puts it in your head that that's how it has to be. Be you, live for you. Stop doing what other people have to do. And by the way, to the person that decided to hop on my video yesterday and tell me about how stupid I was and how horrifying my hair was, I love you. And I send you beautiful, beautiful, positive vibes. And dude, I hope you fix yourself, because it saddens me that your soul is so ugly. You should also know if you start getting an itch in a certain place, I had absolutely everything to do with it. Okay, guys, there we go. Happy note. Socks that I'm wearing, if you hopped on, I'm not announcing who's giving away who earned the socks from this week, because I couldn't get my little thing to work. And so I don't know yet, but I'll show you the socks that I'm going to give away next week. So I decided to pull out my Care Bear socks, and we're going to give away Grumpy, because there's too many grumpy people in America right now. So we're going to do Grumpy Bear socks. You also get a fantastic, beautiful free session with moi with Blocked Emotions. And yes, that does include a free, you get scanned by the Healy as well. So we'll find your 5 most top imbalances and we'll work on that. So it can be anything, pain, mental issues, all sorts of cool stuff. So we'll do that. And then my socks that I'm wearing today. So I am going to be taking Stetson to get his wisdom teeth out. I will be sporting my, yes, woo, Rugrats PJ pants. And I decided to wear my eggs and bacon socks. And then I have my beautiful Don't Be Such a Freaking Horse shirt on. So if you see me out and about today, this is how I'm dressed. All right, guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to love yourself and just